I'm David Martini, and I've been here for, this is my second academic year. And before the university, I was working at the ICTY on two different defense teams. One was prosecutor versus Stanisic and Juplinin, and the other one was the prosecutor versus Stanisic and Samatovic. Currently, there's several cases, at least at the trial level, that are going on. The first one is the Karadzic case. It's in the defense phase at this point in time. Mladic, which is also in the prosecution phase, and Hadjic. These are the three cases that are ongoing at the trial level. Currently, the Karadzic case is coming to a close. At least it's in the defense phase, so we can assume in the next several months they'll be finishing up, and then there will be a period where they'll have an opportunity to draft their final brief. And the Mladic case is still in the prosecution phase, and currently their witness, I believe, is a military expert, is talking about the different actions in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, just recently I finished work on the Jovica Stanisic case, working on the defense. In May, he was acquitted of all charges, as well as his co-defendant, Franko Samatovic. Since then, we've been working on his appeal brief, and in the beginning of November, we filed his appeal brief with the chamber. At this point in time, well, it was just several weeks ago, Karadzic filed a motion requesting the president to review the actions of Carla de Ponte. I believe it was alleged that she had disclosed a confidential witness list to the embassy, the U.S. embassy, in a meeting. However, the president appointed a judge to investigate the matter further, and the recommendations of the investigating judge was that no further action was needed. Well, it was several months ago, but Judge Harhoff had written a letter to 56 of his closest friends describing the status of the ICTY and existing jurisprudence, and it was following the acquittal of Jovica Stanisic, Ante Gotovina, and I believe it was also the acquittal of the appeals chamber, as well as Perisic. And Judge Harhoff made some assertions about the jurisprudence and about some other things that have changed in the ICTY. He made some allegations against the president and this alleged pressure that he may have put on other judges to acquit, especially at the highest levels. Perhaps he said it was due to this U.S.-Israeli pressure to acquit some of the higher generals, since it was getting close to them, and they didn't want a link to be close to the higher generals and commanders. However, right now, as we see, he was removed about a month before the judgment was coming down in the Sheshel case. He was removed as a sitting judge, and they've replaced him with another judge, and we'll see if they decide to issue a judgment, or if they take some other measures. 2015 definitely looks like it's a much better chance, or much better time frame than 2014. 2012, there has been the residual mechanism in place, where we have judges that will be shifting from the ICTY to the residual mechanism, and basically finishing up all the other aspects of the trials and appeals. There's also one in place right now for the ICTR in Arusha. Well, it depends. I think that from here on out, we won't see any more ad hoc tribunals. There'll probably be more of a hybrid variety, especially if the parties are not members of the Rome Treaty. One of the main reasons why I think, well, actually, there's two reasons why I think the hybrid tribunal is probably the next the solution to this problem. One is cost. These different tribunals have cost a lot of money, and it's very difficult to have states continue to contribute to this type of tribunal, and especially in this economy. But the other one is justice, for victims, and these ad hoc tribunals are, in some cases, at least the ICTY in some respects, is far removed from, and for the Balkans, and there is something to say, to have a tribunal in their own country, with their own people involved, at least for the most part, and the people have it in their language, and they get to see this unfold. And it's a little bit different than when it's far removed. Definitely. I mean, every time you start something new, there's going to be bumps along the road. But the ICTY and the ICTR together have basically created this new jurisprudence, and it's a great foundation. It's a great base, and it's something that obviously will improve over time. For instance, we'll see how the ICC looks at the jurisprudence and how they apply it and what they choose to apply and what they choose not to apply.